All right, are we good? I think so. Cat was the first one here. Let's go. All right, we should be streaming to YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. We've got a few people in already. 15 people maybe. Welcome. Okay, so for those who joined last time, we worked on a few things. We brought, I think, the speaking page. We did a few things. I think we changed just a few minor things like positioning of certain tags. I think we added these images maybe last time. If anybody's here that was here last time, let me know. What else did we do? We started working on the individual blog, like the article page. So if I open this up, we've got, that's right, we added a fake image for now. So we grabbed a SpongeBob image as our banner image, since when I exported my content, which is in MDX right now, I did not bring over the article banners. So we just grabbed a temporary one. So we did that. We started styling the actual page itself. And so if you remember, if I bring up the Figma file, this is kind of our end goal. So this is what we want. We have a category tag, the title, the date, the banner image, and then the actual content. I think where we left off is actually styling some of the text. So we were using the Tailwind typography plugin for a while, but because I want to stick as close as I can to this design, we got rid of the typography plugin and we are doing our own. So let me pull up VS Code and we are going to go to, it's probably like, is it MDX? Yeah, we have a component called MDX here. And if we scroll down, where is our paragraph tag? Okay, here's our paragraph tag. So when Next renders this site, right, because it's statically generated, it's going to grab our MDX content, and then it's going to come into this app, and it's going to, because we're using this MDX remote component, which is essentially going to loop over all of the content that's coming from our actual source file, which is right here. So let's say we open up this one. So this is just markup. MDX is just a flavor of markup that allows you to have React components injected into your content, which is awesome. And so MDX is going to go line by line and try and match the content to something that we've set up. So for example, line 9 here, or I guess I could bring up the, what's the article we're working on? Maximizing component reusability. So here's the actual article. This is the content that I wrote in Markdown. So it's gonna take line 9, whoops. It's gonna take line 9 and it's gonna say, okay, this is a paragraph. And so it's gonna come to this component and notice how we're passing in, we're spreading out this component's property here. This is just an object and we're doing a key value pair. So we're saying, hey, for every paragraph you run into in the content, we actually want to use a specific component that we've defined. Okay, and so that is what this component is here. Now, we set this up last time. Like I mentioned last time, everything we're going to be doing on stream is going to be very, there's no plan. We're just going to roll with it. We're going to prioritize getting stuff on the page and then coming back later and refactoring. So if we do stuff kind of a dumb way, that's awesome. we'll come back later and fix it and tidy it up before we obviously release this. And by we, I mean me. My goal is to get this done by December. So we have a few months to work with here. So the first thing that I want to do actually is rename this here. Capital P. Bring that in here. What could we do today, I wonder? We could, let's bring up Figma. We could start working on this category tag. I wonder if we could get that in. It's gonna be a little tedious just because we're gonna have to go through every single article and add a property to our front matter, which is just this up here. If I go back to our article, everything within these dashes is just front matter. It's just meta information about the article that we're publishing. So you can see we have different things: title, publish at, summary, cover image, image name, which is a little redundant. We can probably refactor this. But we could add a new one here called category. And we could call this, well, I guess we should define what we want our categories to be. I don't think I've specifically set that out yet. And to do that, maybe we go to readingquery.dev/archives/v2. And this will take me to my portfolio that I published in 2020. How's the portfolio revamp going? We're doing it now. It's going well. This is my second stream with the portfolio revamp, and I think we're going to continue working on the blog page today. So maybe getting our categories in, maybe even resolving some of the content errors that we're getting. So if I have custom components that I wrote for specifically this portfolio years ago, and I haven't defined those components yet in this repo, so we could try and do that, and then we'll be able to actually view those articles. Because if we go right now, if we like open this up, we actually get some we get some errors. So we could try and tidy that up a bit. So let's open this back up. Okay. So I know on one of my, okay, cool. So yeah, this portfolio is from 2020, I think. And I already had some tags, so like HTML, Angular, productivity, programming, testing, personal, career. So maybe we could bring some of those in again. And just reuse that list. Okay, I was trying to figure out like why was it scrolling for me, and it's because I added snap scrolling. So if you like scroll right here, see how Angular on the left hand side, if I bring it back over, is kind of like halfway on, it'll automatically snap to productivity for you. Just a nice little quality of life. Okay, so let's do that. Let's bring in all of these. So we're gonna have HTML, we're gonna have Angular, we're gonna have productivity, programming, testing, personal. What else? Tailwind. I have a specific category for Tailwind. That's because Google was like loving my Tailwind content and just pushing it out there. So we did that. We did CSS, JavaScript, a career, DevOps, React, design. Is that it? That is it. Okay. So let's copy all of that. Let's go back to here. And I only want, here's what I'm thinking. Like we could do this. We could say, hey, this article, just for testing purposes, has all of these categories. But if we do that, which one do we actually show here? Because if we have like 20, we don't want to show 20 pills up here. So I think what we could do is just show the first one. So as I go through all of these, I can prioritize. So I could say like the first the first item in this list is like the primary category. So we could do that. Now I think what I'm gonna have to do, I think I can do an array. So that way I can access this by index. So let's do that. Let's go. And I'll copy this. Oh, this is gonna be such a pain. Make the first one the display category? Yeah. Yep. So we could write around this. Do I want to write around it? Maybe, but we're gonna have to do this anyway, so let's just do it. Let's add all of these. To every article. I could probably write a script for this, but I almost guarantee it would take me longer to do that than go through 40 articles. Missed one. Here in Texas, we had our electricity go out the other day. And because of that, all of my streaming gear actually like disconnected from our system. I don't know. I needed to reset everything. And so I don't have all the lights on that I normally do. I don't think it looks terrible. But if we need to change it, we can. Same thing with the microphone and everything. I had to reset literally everything. Okay, almost done. Okay. So every article now has a category. Oh no. So Prettier just formatted everything for me. Which probably isn't terrible. Was that a broken link? No. Okay. So let's go now and figure out where we are rendering our content. Blog, probably on the slug page. So we have a get blog post function. This calls MDX, get MDX. This calls get MDX files, which I think is just a function that we pass a directory to, and then it'll return all of our MDX files. We're gonna loop over every single one of those. And we're gonna construct the slug based off of the file name. And then tweet IDs. What is this? Okay, right, so it's gonna look through the content and see if we have a component called static tweet. And we're gonna use regex to essentially create a list of tweets. Cool. That's not really, we're not gonna use that tonight. So it's gonna do that, cool. And then it's gonna return the metadata, the slug, the tweet IDs, and the content. Once we grab that, we're gonna find the post that matches the slug. And the params here is the individual page that we're on right now. This component that we're viewing right here is like the actual article page, right? Okay, so notice here we're deconstructing some variables from the metadata object that we get back from the post variable. So here, I think we would add our category. Why is it not happy? Are we typing this? Yes. So we have a metadata type. Okay. Wait, no. Okay, it's just angry because we haven't used this. Okay. Sweet. So we have the title. Now for our purpose here, I don't think we really care about the entire list. We only want the first index. So we could return category sub-0. Why is this angry? Did I put it in? I did. We want this outside of this object. Why is it still angry? There we go. So it's angry at us. Actually, I want to rename this. Whoops. But that means that I also need to come here. Oh no. Okay. So for right now, okay, I should have named this categories, plural. Because then we're just going to grab the index, the first index from this, but I called it category, singular. So in my find post, I'm going to log this. No, I'm not. I'm going to log it in the page itself. I don't want to touch this function. Regardless, what I was saying is I should have named it categories, and then in the actual page, I would essentially say categories is equal to categories, and then down here do sub-0. But for now, we'll just roll with it. So we'll keep it singular. It's still angry with us. Oh, I see. Okay, so these can be whatever we want. We're grabbing publish time from... Where is this coming from? So publish time is coming from our metadata. Let's verify that. Oops.
It's on top of the cobblestone path.
Published. Did I say that right? Published time? What about description? Whoops. Okay, so it has a description property. Can we really not do that? Alright, let's figure it out. Can we not, like, add properties?
You can. Just not the next.
That's not what we want.
Here, I'm gonna put the rest of the fertilizer in here. Do you see?
I mean, we could just generate our own type. Like, we don't have to use this.
I need to make one of those.
Would it matter?
I'm sluggish.
trailing comma. Trailing comma where?
When you play solo, the timer stops too while you're fishing. But this doesn't. Yeah.
Miss saw it. So this is a custom function, this extract tweet IDs. This is taken from Lee on his Next.js repo. I can't remember if it's his blog or if it's his starter template. He wrote this. This is using content.match, so he's passing in content. He's not passing in metadata. MDX metadata type. Let's see if this helps us. I don't see anything on. That's fine. Okay, here's the data. Okay. Okay. Get blog post data. Okay, cool. Metadata is coming from types. Where is it coming from in here? Okay, we can forget this ever happened. Why is this angry now? Front matter lines, parse front matter. Is it angry that I'm using an array? One other thing we actually need to add here is the canonical URL. This is also, it should be optional. If I get rid of this, it's happy, right? Yeah. So if I... Let's see what Copilot does here. I'm interested to see. Is he answered nothing? Hello?
Oh, really?
Okay.
I'll be planting some parsnips.
Is it a string array? I don't think it is it?
Oh, maybe I do need more seeds.
It's an array. Is this casting as a string, like automatically? Maybe not. Let's see if anybody else has done this. Is he using Gatsby which is fine. Still uses MDX, or you can.
Yeah, I would.
Post category. Front matter indicates the type. Okay, but where's the actual...
We can go look, but I don't know if it's opened up yet. The cave is closed until a certain day. We should go look.
I don't see a category on
It
this.
activates when we're going up there.
This is on a WordPress site, which makes me... Oh, is this just like a Stack Overflow subdomain? Okay, this is not what we want. Surely I've done something like this in the past. Used an array. Can you use an array in front matter? Let's see. I should know this, actually.
Oh, they're lady IDs.
Okay, so that's
Look at the
my
forest
guess.
where the cave
Is that maybe TypeScript is getting angry because these are not in double quotes. Ugh. Wait, could I ask, wait, where's my Copilot chat? Hello?
There is definitely one that lives there.
Hello?
I don't know who it is, though.
Restart.
Oh, yeah.
How do you get the...
You know when you see the worms and you dig them up?
What's the
sometimes
command
you
palette?
get
VS
something
Code, command,
like a sculpture or something. You
palette,
give it a
hotkey.
location and it gives you.
I changed it. Shift Command P? Reload. Okay. Now chat shows up. Okay. Now, did our development server shut down? No, but it's okay. We'll restart it anyway. Okay, so this might be a good use for Copilot. Let's see.
Also get some of the
Make
functions
these
in your language.
strings in the array.
Anytime you get a new like or something.
Sweet. Oh, but now do we have to go through every single one? Yes, we do. What did we do it last time? Like in a minute? 60 seconds maybe? Imagine I had written a script for this.
Nice.
Alright, we've got close to 35 people tuning in. Where are you guys tuning in from?
Got a really hard fish.
almost there.
Oh, the cave is open.
Okay. All right, let's see if we can make it happy. It's not happy. Why? It's a string array, no? Let's see how good Copilot is. No, I don't want Docker. Why is this angry? Okay, it wants to see the metadata. Why is line 25 giving me an error?
Above the town. Oh yes, those are the.
Okay, let's see what they're doing here. So this is the same, this is the same, that's the same. Is metadata key? Ooh. Okay, this isn't as bad as I thought. I thought it was gonna list out all of our categories. Let's see if this works. We already have that, so we're gonna bring in these three right here. Okay, yeah, we gotta bring in this type. Eventually I'm gonna actually extract all this into like a types file. But again, we wanna move quickly. Okay, so we're getting the exact same error. It's just in a different place now. Why? Is it because we're going over everything?
If you come down
Each line.
Do you know how to come down this path? There's 2 leaks here. Where is this?
Let's see if we can. This could be interesting to test Copilot. So
Shortcut.
let's highlight this. Let's bring this back actually.
Can you see me on the map?
Okay. Right. So let's say in our front matter, we will have a category field, which is an array of strings. If this is the case, I simply want to extract the entire array into a new property called
Here you are.
category,
You missed the link.
which is a string array.
I grabbed the other one.
Let's see if this does anything.
What is that? I got carrot seeds? What the heck?
Check if the key is category. Okay.
In the ground.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, carrots are new.
Right.
It only takes 3 days.
Okay. Let's check this out. It's still angry. Is there think I wrote that. Mm-hmm. Is it still angry? Yeah, same thing. Still getting the same error. Okay, but this is because he's not assignable to type string and string array. But why? I'm saying it's a string array. Also, this is doing the exact same thing. We're airing it. Okay, hold on, let's see. Right. As any? Ooh. And then this thing. Oh, whoops. So it should now be in this metadata object. So if we go to our slug page, we have category. Okay, that's good. And now we're returning this.
I like that name. It's kind of lame that we both don't get a cat. That's what hearsay is. Hearsay is like if I were to say I heard Brian told me that you told me.
So it wants to use a nullish coalescent operator,
Created murder.
but it's still giving me the error.
Because it's like you can't complete it. Yeah, you heard someone else say it's hearsay. I said Julia.
Your post on Twitter said links below. Did I retweet the wrong tweet?
Lawyer, so she made me learn all this weird.
Because I don't think I. Let's see.
I swear I cannot find my way around this freaking farm. Our farm.
Oh, links below. Oh, it was in the image.
We have to go talk to Ron.
Oh, I
So
see.
Ron will edit it a lot.
Okay, hold on. Let's just copy this
Robin just opened his farm real fast.
and bring it over here. That's not very helpful, is it?
By the caves. She's in a house by the caves.
Sorry, I'm still thinking about the category thing.
It's best to do your equipment in the winter because you can't farm during the winter.
Does that bring up everything?
Except for your cave.
Yeah, it does. Okay.
You should do not in the winter because that's like one of the only things you can do in the winter. But like hoe and water, although there's two of us, so we can.
All right, let's go.
And leave downstairs.
Cool.
So that we always have a water and a mower. So we don't have to wait actually.
Danny. I see you. Okay. So this is being called. Where is this being called? Down here, probably. what is this called? Generate metadata? Yeah, so it is angry. Cool. All right, well, let's just do this then. Let's just pass that and see if it's still angry with us. Look at that long list. Isn't that great? Okay. So our function is not doing what we want it to do. We're coding it this time, Danny. We're using Next.14, which is the whole point. So I haven't used Next since version 12. So now we've got server components built in. We've got the app router. So a lot of learning, since we're not doing the traditional get server-side props and get static props and stuff like that. So look here. Category is also being saved as a string. So let's go back to our get blog posts up here. I think we're using actually Next. Are we using Next 14? We should be. Where is it? Yeah, 14.1. Okay, let's test Copilot again. Let's see if it can. Danny, wrong chat, bro. Although you hit me up later, no? Okay, let's see if they can do anything. Right, so it's saying because we're using as any, it thinks that's why we're getting strings. Yo, Jay, what's up? The tables have turned? Dude, it's been a while since you've streamed, no? Although you just got back from config. So maybe you were just prepping for all of that. Danny, you talking to me or Jay? I assume you're talking to Jay. That's tech Twitter relationship goals right there. Yeah. That's cool. Looked like you guys had a good time. It looked fun. Is your talk up, Jay? Is it like online yet? Mm-hmm. Jay, you're mentioning Drake at a time like this? Gosh. What could we work on? I don't want to work on the category anymore. Maybe we work on the actual blog page. Yeah, we could start to flesh this out maybe. Until I get a chance to go back and bring over all of the images. We could just use static images here. You're gonna be productive for 13 minutes and work on your portfolio? Sounds good. Did you go with Framer or did you end up going with something else? I know you were considering Framer for a little bit. A co-working space? It'll be coding again. My last Framer project was a lot of custom code, which is cool that Framer allows you to kind of have that flexibility. But I want to turn this into like a very sandbox kind of space. So I figured I might as well just go ahead and try this again. You're yeah, new job coming up. I'm excited for you. It'll be cool. Okay, so we'll start to flesh this out. Maybe we'll get the grid going. I don't want to do pagination yet. Plus I don't have that many articles anymore. I had close to maybe 70 at one point, and then we went ahead and removed some. Google didn't like some of them, so we got rid of them. No big deal. Wasn't getting a lot of traffic, so clear it up. Okay, so what do we have here? So we have all blogs, cool. Sweet. Not contractually? Yeah, Jay. I think this is, I can't remember if this was Lee's template up on the Next site, or if this is his base project that I just grabbed. It might be his base one. I don't remember. Either way, it's pretty legit. And not have to configure all the MDX stuff and all of that.
Yeah, I know where it is.
But this has been great. I originally started with, I think I did Gatsby way back in 2018, 2019. His guestbook sign in. Yeah, I'll probably have to look at that. I want to do a something similar. I call it the community wall though. And this year we're totally revamping it. I was gonna wait to showcase what it's gonna look like, but since you're here, Jay, we'll go ahead and disclose the information. Okay, boom, here we go. So ultimately, I kind of want this to be like an infinite page where you can add little, kind of like sticky notes. You get to type out your own message. You'll get to draw kind of like what you want on the background maybe, or maybe I'll have like predefined patterns that you can use. But the idea is that you can stop by, you can sign in, add a sticky to the wall, and then people will be able to like scroll around. Yeah, infinite canvas vibe, yeah. So that's the idea. But yeah, we'll need some authentication from that. But this will be fun to build out. So we'll see. When did you get back from config? I've been so out of it, I don't even know. Was it last week that it ended already? Or was it this week? No, it was last week.
Oh, I got a potato. Have you already put a potato
What do we have on this page?
Community center? Nice.
Same form, different visual. Oh, really? Has he changed the form at all? I know he pulls your... Well, he used to pull the image and everything. Obviously, he's pulling your email. At one point, he was using, I think, GitHub, right? He just pulled it from your GitHub profile.
Oh, yeah, really? Oh, wow.
Config was a lot. Got back last week, now in Croatia. Hey,
Smells.
nice. You taking some time off?
Just kidding.
You wish? Oh, no. All right, now I'm interested to see what he's doing for his
It should be down here.
his sign in here. Let's see.
On the spring onions, though.
We have a guest book.
Why do I hear you eating? Oh, I found it.
Oh, he's using it. He's defining it here. Okay.
Right here.
So he's just calling auth.
This is two.
That's from... I just saw it.
It just shows me.
Wait, no.
We're just running around with an X. Let's go to Robin.
Yes. No. I saw auth. Where'd it go?
Hakuna Matata. Oh,
Here.
horseradish. Detour.
Yeah, so he's still using GitHub. Okay.
I love the double set of footsteps.
Cool. Loved config. So many people. By far the biggest event I've seen or spoken at. Okay, cool. Think that took you back a little bit. Was a literal visualization of package lock with the amount of people. Oh no. Bro.
This way.
I remember seeing images people posted. I think they might have been on escalators or something, and they posted a selfie pointing downwards. Just a sea of people, which is nuts. Was like the venue big enough? Was it small and that's why it just looked like there were a ton of people? Holy moly, 11,000 for max capacity on the main stage. That's insane. Wow. So you gave a talk to 11,000? You had a full book session. It was in a different room. Wow. Maybe that, I don't know. I don't know how I'd feel giving a talk to 11,000. I might have preferred a smaller room too. I don't know. Oh no, it was so big still. Okay, this looks pretty straightforward. So he has all of this set up already. Nice. Okay, so this is what Lee's site looks like right now, which has changed since the last time I saw it. I think he's like changing it every, maybe like every year, every 6 months. Before it used to be a little bit more busy on the page. He used to have your name. I think at one point he had images. I might be wrong. And then the content itself. But this is pretty good. What does his sign-in flow look like? Okay, so it signed me in through GitHub, and now here on stream looking at your guestbook with J2. Sweet. Maybe a refresh. Oh no. Did it not go through? Okay. But that's what his guestbook looks like right now. Cool. So yeah, mine should be similar. We're gonna do you remember a good mechanism for auth and saving entries? Yeah, he had a save entry function, which was here, which is in DB actions. Save guestbook entry. Right. Right, because he's using yeah. He's using Postgres, right? I'm pretty sure. Right, and then he sends himself an email using resend here, which is super smart. A multiplayer portfolio page. Yeah, exactly. I haven't checked out LiveBlock's pricing recently. You mentioned it got pricey. Is it actually? Let's see. Up to 100 monthly active users. So you could only have 100 users per month connected to this, which wouldn't, well, I mean, I think I'd probably go past that. I'm actually curious now to go back in my analytics and check how many we get to that specific page per month. Yeah, I can do things. Yeah. So I've checked out LiveBlocks itself. I just wasn't aware of their pricing options. Supabase is good. Yeah, I've been using Supabase for the portfolio up until this point. Might do it again. I think all of my content is stored in there right now anyway. Was it on, this is let's do, is this V3? Okay, that was V2 that we were looking at. Community wall here. Okay, yeah, so I've got all this stuff coming from Supabase. So I have all that we could use, yeah. Up until a certain point from July of 22. Another Braden, nice. Man, misspelled app right? Uh-oh. Yeah, I was looking at AppWrite too, but I think I would cross the free tier, Danny. I think I'd kind of hit that threshold and have to pour over into the more premium options, which isn't bad. But I think with Supabase, I'm still on their free tier. They pay for pizza at my meetups. Oh, is it AppWrite that's paying for that? Yo, AppWrite, I've enjoyed the pizza. Thank you. I didn't know that, Danny. My bad. Not my bad, but like, don't you have a meetup coming up on Thursday? Is there gonna be pizza there? You're just messing around. That's what they all say. Gosh. You've not tried AppWrite yet? I did use a small side project with AppWrite. It was pretty quick to get going. But again, I think for my portfolio, AppWrite's Discord is great. Yo, might have to check that out. But yeah, with AppWrite, I think I would cross that within like a week, the free tier. So I don't know. All right, so what are we wanting to do here? We want to grade calls 3. They do weekly office hours where people can ask questions and get help from the engineers via Discord. Yo, that's awesome. It's a great way to help the community. Oh my goodness, I have joined so many Discord servers. Danny, yours is one of them, where I'm just a crawler, because I don't have time to like go through all of them and keep up to date. I feel terrible. I enjoy being in them. Like, if somebody sends me a Discord invite, I'm not gonna not join the channel. I just know just know that I will probably never see messages. You're active in 4 Discord channels out of the 100 that you have, probably. And 2 of them is just where Braid and I run our mouth. All good, all good. Okay, cool. So here's our grid. Wait, your next AI SDK project. What do you mean, Jay? What do you want our gap to be? 24 pixels? Oh no. To help, is it kind of like the Slack feature, Jay? Where you know how Slack will ping you every week, every 2 weeks, and say, hey, you haven't posted in this channel in like a year. You should probably like get out. Because that would be great. That would be great. I don't think Discord lets people know though that you leave, right? I'm sure there's a way, like if somebody clicks on your profile, it may show that you're not part of the channel anymore. But Slack lets people know, like it adds it as an inline message in the channel. Plug your Discord activity into AI and have it give you a summary of all your channels. That would be awesome. All right, gap 6, there we go. You last opened this Discord server in 2019. Honestly, just remove me at that point. Just assume like I've moved on. Or I'm dead. I don't know. Just don't tell people. All right, let's see what we can do here. I forgot that we are not. We didn't bring in any of our banner images. But could we do this? Could we just pass in our own? Let's see. We can go grab something temporarily. Actually, we already did that for our page here. Where is it? Here. Let's reuse this. It's incredibly large, but that's fine until I get a chance to go through with my content. Okay, so we're pulling images. Or not pulling images. We've created a grid. We've got our images. Let's start to look at this. Do we have a description too? It's so hard. I have my microphone right here. My Mac is down here. You can't see it. It's off screen. But it's so hard because I keep hitting my microphone. I'm trying to hit something on the keyboard. I honestly should put this in like clamshell mode. Metadata is there's a summary. Okay, cool. JS sent you and this is a group chat. Sweet. I feel like I'm left out of the party though. You know what, Jay, if you ever want to do something without Danny, you just hit me up. Alright, so the title is going to be... Are we constraining the... Okay, no, we're not. They're just all the same. I was about to say I do enough things with Danny. We live like, what is it, Danny? 50 miles, 60 miles away, which sounds like a lot, but in Dallas, that's like a. You could like throw a stone that distance, right? But we don't get together that often. We play pickleball. Danny, when are you coming down to do pickleball next? You free this week? Or do I need to come up there?
You're talking about pickleball, right?
Yeah, I'm talking about pickleball. 24 pixels. Is that right? That is right. Just move closer? You're still in the process of moving though, Danny. I don't think it's too late. You could head west a little bit. How do you know if someone is a pickleball player or not? Monday evening? Okay, Danny, Monday evening. The weight of this looks a little too strong. But we're not using man rope. We're using inter, I think. You can't walk? Jay, you should have seen it. I beat him in pickleball last time. This is the reason why. He just doesn't want to come down. I think we're using inter. Yeah, we are. That's fine. Look again. That wasn't Danny. Monday evening. You were in the hospital literally yesterday? Was that yesterday? That seems like so long ago. Glad you're okay though. Line height is 32. Leading 8. What if I end up playing you at pickleball before Danny does? Yo, I'll fly you down. And by fly you down, I mean I'll buy you some barbecue. Did that do anything, or is leading 8 the default? I don't even know. It might be the default. Do you like barbecue, Jay? Or is it like not your thing? I'm not. But I could talk to you if you want. You want to come that way? Yo, let's go. Is it 16? I think so. Yes. Totally your thing? Yeah, let's go. I got Eddie so full when he was here. I would help put some weight on you. It was awesome when Eddie was here. Jay, you're with Vercel right now, right? Or did I make that up? You're with one of the big ones. Leading is 19. You're with, okay. So just have Vercel send you down for, maybe for that conference. You can come down in, well, you're a little late for the summer one, but you come down for the Austin conference. Have Vercel send you. What was I gonna do? Oh, line height here is 19. We'll do leading 5. For Danny Conf? I'm talking about that conference, Jay. Danny, have you announced where you're going yet? I know where you're going, but I don't know if anybody else. Or you might have posted it on Twitter, I don't know. I'm not going to say anything. Okay, so this is 560. I think this is where I messed up. Text
It's literally 10:30.
secondary. Yeah.
Oh, I got two. Awesome.
Nice, dude. An actual Danny conf. Waiting until you start there. When's your start date? It's soon, I think. Sweet. Okay. One of the things I want to check here. You think it's set in stone since they put you in the Slack channel? It's the 15th. Okay, nice. I'm gonna use Wave. I was worried about contrast errors on the text here, but I guess we are good. What is this upset with? Yeah, so we actually should make this an H2. The announcement timing, yeah. You did your stand-up in the hospital? Yo. What a way to go out. I don't know who I'm gonna go to now if I need auto repair. All right, in each of these article cards, it was my last day, so I couldn't miss it. Even if you're in the hospital, though, that's rough. There's a learn more link. I don't know if I want that.
That's how you make the bars to get the upgrade.
I might do the latest article little pill. Maybe. Or do I just have the latest article up front and then I omit that from the list? I kind of like the idea of the pill here. Yeah, traditional last day stand-up, right? Getting things ready. You've probably already done knowledge transfer, so it's just like you're sitting around ready to send your laptop back. Do they have an office in the DFW area, or did you have to like send your laptop somewhere?
Just pick them up and sell them all. No, it's based off the fertilizer you use.
Oh, you're waiting on the box. Nice.
Buying bars done.
All right, we will add. Let's add the border around this thing. Don't tweet it out yet. We've got close to 60 people watching, Danny. Just FYI. Bro, senior engineer at KFC. No, don't say that.
Yeah, I could do a couple more.
Bro, it's his destiny. That's hilarious. Are we using this border anywhere else? I'm pretty sure we are. 60. Where? We're streaming to YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch, Danny.
Actually got 4 probably.
We've got a lot of people on Twitter. We've got, yeah.
Oh, the egg festival. I was gonna do some things in town.
I think we're using this border on the toolbox page. Yeah.
Wait for me. We should water our plants though, right?
You forgot Twitter? Yeah. Yo, I just saved you. It sounds like you owe me a pickleball session.
I've been starving like hell this whole time. What do you think we're supposed to get there before a certain time? Thank you. Oh,
Oh yeah, with
Well,
Yum,
since I'm
Danny,
close,
where you host meetups. Yeah.
and you don't tell Twitter.
Don't tell Twitter. Yikes.
Unless there's good quality ones. Then. I'm ready.
We've got some padding here. 24 pixels of padding. I think that's like what, 6? Okay. Although we only want that here. Next roll is director position, yeah. Little tease. Now we want this. What's the border radius? Is 16. Yeah. Director position's crazy, dude. Congrats.
Oh, that's fine. I don't really care because it's just a weird hat. And I can just give you it if I win.
All right, this is starting to take a little bit of shape. Go back here. You're excited, but you don't have to use PTO to go to conferences. Yeah, very true. That is a nice perk. I was a little shocked AutoZone made you take PTO for it, but then, I mean, it's AutoZone. I guess it's not really a tech company as big as they are. Have you found it at all limiting, Jay? I don't think I've worked at a company yet that actually says unlimited PTO. I've worked at a company that gives me a lot of PTO. But that's kind of like a red flag stigma, which isn't the case everywhere, but curious to hear what it's like for you. Oh, really? That's why you couldn't go to that conference in Wisconsin. Wow. Did not know. Did not know. Were you at Glassdoor before AutoZone, or were you at Google, Danny? Oh, front door. Google doesn't do unlimited PTO? Yeah, I guess you would know, Jay, right? I guess you would both know, yeah. There you go, Danny. More of an appropriate banner.
I don't care either. I just thought that you were sleeping.
Okay, maybe we can work on the little pill, like the
I was like, oh, I'm sorry. I thought it was like.
the little. Now let's see, where is that position? It is here. Okay. Time to go to O'Reilly's. Oh my goodness.
Oh, bro, I cannot make it. R.I.P.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of good things about Vercel.
Tree.
I met Lindsay, is that his name? I think so, at C3 in Amsterdam the other week. Got to talk to him a little bit. I did a panel with him a few weeks ago. I think his name's Lindsay. I might be wrong. CTO, I think. Vercel. Yeah. I'm glad to know Vercel's been good, Jay.
Sprinklers, but we have to go further.
I know you were looking for a really solid place. I'm glad you found something.
It's so
If you've got open positions, hit me up. You were asked to speak at C3?
By
Yeah.
creating a tapper and putting it on a maple tree.
I can't remember. Did you have a... I know at one point I saw your profile picture connected to C3. I know they had people go in person, and then they had people submit like talks online. I know like James Quick sent one in, I think. Who else was there? Yuno was there. It was a lot of fun.
Oh, I'm level 2 farming, level 1 mining, level 2 foraging, level 1 fishing, level 0 combat. What do you got?
You'd never done a CFP? Yeah, I mean,
We do.
if you do a lot of, online work, built in public,
Do you?
a lot of it kind of comes your way for free, which is awesome. Oh, you couldn't fit it in with config? Oh, dude, I couldn't imagine. You would literally probably have to fly from Amsterdam to config. Jesse was there. CodeStacker was there with Mongo. Got to see him in Amsterdam.
Wait, we got 2 high-quality parsnips?
All right, let's see if we can start to make this. CodeStacker sharing some tips with you.
Sell the silver parsnips.
Yeah. Also, Clark has been really good about CFPs too. He's super helpful. I mean, Clark has so much on his plate, and he still takes out time if somebody asks, which is awesome.
I'll put it in the war one.
Now that the Netherlands conference is over, how was it? Would you do it again? Oh, I've got a story. Not necessarily like a bad story. I mean, it was bad for me, but nothing that was inflicted upon me from C3 itself. But so leading up to the conference, I thought it was going to be an hour-long talk. That's what I submitted for, like a workshop type thing. And then I think I got contacted saying it was going to be 30 minutes, and then 15 minutes, and then 7 minutes. Okay, so it's already getting cut like nobody's business. I had already got my ticket, so I was like, I was going anyway. I had never been out of the States, so I was happy to go and kind of take some extra time and explore Amsterdam, which was fine. It was awesome. So leading up to the trip, both of my kids got sick, and sick for a really long time. And so I didn't have a whole lot of time in the evenings outside of my day job to prep my talk. So which is very unlike me. I like to have everything ready to go, often like weeks before I'm supposed to give a talk. Gives me time to review, iterate over it, make slides, everything like that, right? I had none of that done. Your volume on YouTube is a little low. Sweet, let me bump it up. Okay, I've bumped it. Yeah, CSS Day. I know Kevin was there. I missed Kevin Powell by about 5 days, I think, this year. Unfortunate. Anyway, so flew to Amsterdam. On the way there, I had paid for an upgraded seat. More. You thought it was just you listening really close. Is this any better? I can up it all the way. Here we go. This might be better. I've also just been rotating back and forth and not really speaking into the microphone. But so I paid for an upgraded seat to get more legroom because I was going to be flying through the night, and so I knew I needed to sleep, and so I was going to try and get that extra room to sleep. That's a lot better. Okay, cool. And I'm at the airport waiting to board, and they called me up to the front, and they said, "Hey, your seat like broke down, like it is broken." And I said, okay. I thought maybe I don't know, maybe water had spilled on it or something. And they said, "We're gonna sit you at the back of the plane." And I was not very happy about it, but they said I would get a refund. I was like, okay, cool. Yeah, Kat knows because she was also flying to Amsterdam at the time. But so they sat me at the back of the plane before we boarded. I should have flown with you. Yeah, I had already booked my tickets though at that point. Unfortunate. So then I waited another 20 minutes. They called me up again and they said, "Hey, we have a family that wants to sit together. Would you mind moving?" And I said, "Sure. I've got 2 kids. I know what it's like to fly with the kiddos." So I was happy to give that up. And they said, "Okay, we're going to put you in the middle of the plane." I was like, okay, cool. They put me right next to, I think one of 3 or one of 2 bathrooms, right up against it. And nobody used that bathroom for the first 4 hours of the flight until the instant I was ready to try and sleep. And it seemed like everybody on the plane used that restroom over the course of the next 5 hours. And it was so loud and just, you can probably imagine, just not a great experience with the volume that was happening and other things I'm sure you can imagine, right? It was terrible. So I got no sleep there. Okay, so we arrive in Amsterdam. I still need to prep my speech, get my slides ready. It's only a 7 to 10 minute talk, so I wasn't too worried. I go out to dinner is it the first night or the second night? It must have been, no, it was the second night. So this is the day before I'm supposed to give the speech. And we go out, Kat and I go out with Shashi. Shashi had flown in at that point. Who else was there? Eddie was there. And so we go out and we grab some ramen. And we walked a long way for the ramen, which was at the top of this building with the most narrow stairs I've ever seen. And we went up to get the ramen. And it was the most mid ramen I've ever had in my life. It was just not good. And then that night I had food poisoning. And I got no sleep. We're pretty sure it was from the ramen because Shashi also had a stomach ache and was in the restroom throughout the whole night. Eddie got a stomach ache the next day. I can't remember, Kat, did you have any stomach pains? Or Brian? I don't remember. But almost everybody that went had food poisoning. And so here I am up until 5:30 in the morning, jet lagged, giving my talk in like 4 hours. There's an amazing ramen place not far from the center. Oh, see, Jay, I should have just messaged you. You could have given me the details. For next time. Anyway, so completely out of it, no sleep. And I was like, well, I can't back out now, right? Like, I flew all this way. We're a few hours from giving the talk. Whatever. So you can't tell in the recording, I don't think. But I was so, how do I say it? I was keeping everything together for as long as I could on that stage. And it's live streamed too. And so I feel absolutely terrible. And the only thing I can think of throughout the whole talk is do not poop your pants on the stage. And so as soon as the talk was over, yes, anxious, yes, that's a good way to describe it. Some people came up to talk to me, but like I bolted out of there. So I made it through. But it was I went back and watched the recording, and you can't really tell, which is great, because I thought it was going to be terrible. I thought people could tell, like, hey, he's obviously sick, but you can't really tell, which is great. But yeah, so first time speaking out of the country, went from doing like an hour workshop to like a 10-minute presentation, and then on top of it had food poisoning the entire time. In hindsight, really glad it wasn't an hour-long talk. Yo, that's a great way to look at it. Yes, I am very glad it wasn't a long talk. I definitely could not have made it through, and I can say that with full confidence, Jay. The conference itself was 2 days, and I missed pretty much both of them because of the food poisoning. And then I ended up staying in Amsterdam another 3 or 4 days. Shashi was there, Kat, Brian. And so we got to go to Harlem as well, spent a few days there. And it was beautiful. It was awesome. The last like leg of the trip was great. But like almost everything that could go wrong went wrong with the talk itself. But yeah, all that to say, Danny, it was fun. It was fun. After the stomach issues, so I would do it again. Not the ramen. I'll hit Jay up for the ramen place. Jay, I'm actually curious now to know what it is, because what if it's the same place? Nah, there's no way. No way. Hey, Jonathan, what's up, dude? Imagine it's the same place. Nah. Surely not. Oh, the number 19? Yeah. Nah, rookie mistake. I don't think they had tonkatsu ramen. I think I ordered something else. Which is my go-to is tonkatsu ramen. Feeling the new baby tiredness? Yo, congrats, my man. When was the little one born? I'm sure you're tired as heck. Eight and 12. 3. yeah. I need to go to Tokyo for the Tonkatsu. He'll be a week old on Monday. Wow. That's awesome, dude. Congrats. This is number 2 for you? Baby number 2? Yikes. You want to travel, cat? Okay.
Oh,
Talk to PJ. Let's make it happen.
tonkatsu's my favorite food.
This is size 10. Is that base, technically? Text base? No. Extra small? Is there an extra small? We'll just go extra small.
That happens between like.
Let's do text
Forge berries all
white. Line height is 12, which
They're just everywhere.
leading 3. Is that any
Especially
better?
Barney's farm.
It is a little bit better. Okay. We're gonna do BG. Let me grab this color. It's at 24%. Whoops.
We'll get there.
What was
we don't
this?
have money for it. So
FF? Okay.
maybe we should have. Oh, we do.
Can I do this? Does that work? Or is it like this? Yeah. That's probably because I am not really talking into my microphone. Sorry. I'll speak up and I'll speak into my microphone. You went to Tokyo twice. Second time was 10 years exactly to the day. That's speaking at the Android Web Summit. Yo, let's go. How long has it been since you've been to Tokyo? What is this? Radius is... Okay, rounded full. Cool. It was a wild speaking experience as I had a real-time translator sitting to the side in a booth trying to translate as he went through the demos. Yikes.
You can get a lot of them and get a lot.
That must have been extremely distracting. Or maybe it wasn't. Maybe it's like off to the side, but still, like any extra,
I usually just
anything else that's happening on the sidelines is kind of distracting. But I'm glad that they had translations there. You can invite a lot of people to the conference.
I save some for next time.
They were in a closed room and I had to give them a prep on what I was doing. It's on YouTube and it's kind of wild because I'm speaking with dubbing. Oh, really? Crazy. Can you link it? You don't have to. But I would go back and watch it. That's nuts. Let me also... I'm gonna up the volume on OBS as well. This might be better for everybody. Let me know if this is better as far as like overall volume.
That's a lot better.
We can work with the
That's so much better.
it's better?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I think you can hear me now.
That's 1,000% better? Nice. Nice. I was working on the Wavelink software. And then I was just, yeah, let's up it on OBS. Cool. Now surely this is gonna flag our wave tool. Oh no. A code whisperer? Yo. I can do that. I can do that for sure. Okay, so we're getting a low contrast violation for this tag down here, which is interesting because I don't think we were getting it for the speaking page. I don't think we were getting it here. I thought I increased the, or I changed the color of the text. Hopefully I didn't blast out your ears or wake up your baby, Jonathan. My bad. Would text balance make any difference here? Whoops. It does change. Does it look better? I don't know. I mean, this is pretty ugly. And it fixes that. Okay, we'll keep it. He's in the other room. I'm working on a game and watching you update the portfolio. Nice. Which game are you working on? Is it a template? Or is it for a client? Oops. Did not mean to do that. Web3 client game. Nice. You found it? Yo, let's see.
Make sure you collect the berries over there too.
Info quote. Okay. We could also potentially start laying out some of this background detail. Jay, have you ever done something like this where you have the links don't show up in your chat? Oh, it must be Restream taking it out.
Wait, melons are for
Dang. Have you ever done something like this where you have a lot of detail in the background? Lines are one thing, but maybe something else. I know on the Vercel website they're using, I think they're using Grid. No, not the Vercel website. Is it Vercel or is it Next.js? I think it's Vercel. Except it's going to take me to my dashboard. Oh, true, Jonathan. Let's see that portfolio. Okay. Well, here's what we've worked on so far. We've got the toolbox page, kind of like a uses page. Not quite done, but for the most part, it is there. We still have some details in the background to add. But we've got some applications listed here, stuff I use every day. We've got some hardware, which we need to fix because the grid, we broke the grid last time. And then we got our newsletter section. So toolbox page is done. Speaking page is pretty much done. We've got a lot of detail to add in the background still, which may not be the most interesting thing to see. So maybe I'll do that later. The goal with these impromptu streams is just to is just to like get stuff going, get stuff on the page. Vercel/home. You saved me. Yeah, so like things like this, that's pretty straightforward. Yeah, because you could just use grid for that because it kind of like the container, the grid itself. But for something like this, I almost wonder if it would be easier to like export a lot of these details like as an SVG, and then like absolutely position them in the background. I don't know. Right now, like I've extracted a lot of these as SVGs. Background image for grid. Interesting. But because we have a lot of these like lines, yeah, I can zoom in. I know it's kind of hard to see on the stream, but we've got like details in the background with the idea of like, since to give it kind of like a developer kind of sense. But we've got a lot of these, right? A lot of stuff like this. And these one-offs, like these little things, that's pretty straightforward. But more like, since we have a bunch of these lines that kind of connect, I'm almost wondering if it would be better to like export this as a SVG. Not sure. Right now we have a lot of the bare bones, so a lot of the vertical lines, a lot of the horizontal lines for the sections. We've even got, may not be on the speaking page, but on the toolbox page, we've got even some of the crosses and the stars. Although this looks off. What in the world? Am I using the SVG, or am I still using the two divs? Oh, that's gross. What happened to the version I was using? Anyway, so like this is just an SVG that I'm positioning absolutely, which feels not the best, but these horizontal lines are easy. The vertical lines are easy. But when we get into these kind of things, I'm still trying to think through how we want to handle that. You could layer up some background image for it to make it easier for you to maintain. Little grids with the crosses. Oh, you mean like down here? Yeah, this is like really old code. I don't know what branch I'm on. I should check. But I did something completely different with these. Background image, yeah. And even up here it looks bad because I didn't swap it out yet. I guess on this branch. Regardless, Elfman, that's kind of what we've got so far. Very basic. We're kind of just working on one page at a time. With the goal is like just writing very, very mediocre code, and then we'll come back and refactor, make things more dry. But to keep things interesting, we'll just kind of get things on the page for now, and then we'll come back. One way to look at your connecting lines is to imagine none of the random things. Draw the lines first, and then think about how you want to overlay them. Yeah, exactly. Because you could do it section by section. Like, I think, especially on the toolbox page, this one's the most fleshed out. So I think the horizontal and vertical lines are all there based upon the Figma design. So with that done, then I could just kind of like split this up into different sections and then position them as needed. So it'll be interesting to do. It'll be interesting to experiment and see what sticks. Yeah, so almost every other article on my site right now is throwing errors because this was when was this written? I don't know. Yeah, get the function out there before breaking yourself on the aesthetic. But it's gotta look clean, Jay. We'll get it there. We'll get it there. Anyway, so the articles were pulled from previous portfolio. And so there's a lot of like custom components in here that MDX is complaining about because it doesn't know what the heck it is. And then even some errors like with this inline anchor tag to go back and clean up. Which is awesome that Next is throwing this now. Because maybe semantically there's some things wrong. Go back and fix it. What time is it? 9:40. We'll go for a little bit longer. I don't know if I want to do pagination. I think this page is going to be statically generated anyway. So I don't think the pagination would really help here. Other than, I guess, keeping the user from scrolling a lot. Is the music too loud?
No, it's nice.
Nice, okay. I also don't know what I want to do with this. I thought it looked cool. But practically, I just don't know how user-friendly it's going to be. The idea being like it kind of have a carousel or something, but it's not really great for UX, in my opinion. So maybe I just show the latest article up here. I don't know. And then you don't want it like positioned in the center because that's odd. So I don't know what to do with this section yet. Is this lined up correctly? Yes. We'll wrap this here. So now this is only showing on the first one. Cool. Will Prettier let me do this? Nice, okay. Jay, do you have any pro tips for using the image component? I keep hitting my max like threshold with the bandwidth, I think, on Vercel.
How much it costs.
And I'm not upset about paying the what is it, $30 a month or something.
I don't want to run back.
But I feel like there's things I could do to like improve that. Which is why I'm not using the image component here. Just for now, I'm just using regular semantic image tag.
But leave your axe at home.
Yeah, right now they're just in public. I think before I put them in there, I run them through a, oh, you can tell I'm tired, not a converter. I compress them, obviously. But yeah, they're just in public. Maybe I move them to something like Cloudinary or Cloudflare images.
Yeah, we still haven't fixed this bridge. There's so much stuff on the other side of it.
You have some tricks for this, but it's a little complex.
Then you kind of get like mixed match stuff everywhere, so
Yeah, you wrote it with Sharp.
a collective
Yeah.
nice.
I'm not opposed to it. Is that something that you do? Is that just like a batch you do? Or is that something you're doing every time you add an image to your repo?
Like this website.
Or maybe are you hosting your images somewhere else? Yeah. Yeah, I used Cloudinary for a while and they were great, honestly. But then I hit their freemium threshold.
Yeah, that's really cool. I kind of like that better because I don't want to finish an account.
To create an optimizations at build time and create a crash map so I know whether I need to re-optimize. Yeah. It makes sense. It sounds like a fun little project to do too. Especially if you get really annoyed with your third-party CDNs. Where am I? Hardware? The optimizations take images and convert to picture with a source set. Oh, nice. Oh, yeah, nice. That sounds awesome. What's your current stack right now? I always forget. Are you using Next? It's been a while since you've rebuilt, I think. I literally spent a couple days, one holiday break, and then reuse it because it annoys me. Yeah. Yeah.
Austin? Yeah.
The one for Astra's OSS. Nice.
That would be cool. Have you ever been to Schlitterbahn? That is a really cool place to go to.
Your current site's in Astra. You want to switch it over to Next? Nice. You rebuilt it well over a year ago, right? Yeah.
It is a water park. It's really
Okay, yeah, so I think January of 23.
a massive water park. It has a wave.
The source file URL without restream blocking it. Let's see how good they are.
You can totally break. Or I
Oh, you never used it. Oh, interesting. No, I was talking about your current
some pretty cool wave pools.
portfolio.
Shoots waves. It's like a circle and it shoots a giant wave and you would like it feels like the ocean.
I remember this one.
You jump into it and get like whooshed.
This one was one of my favorites.
It's really stupid too. Like you could get into some trouble, but it's fun.
Whoops.
Fish tank. Oh, nice. I have that also. Yeah, I think I can finish that bundle tonight. Forgot to do that.
Oh, you didn't do enough? Yeah. You want to build a new collab blog site? Nice. Ooh, a collab blog site. What does that mean? Is that kind of getting into the live block stuff you were talking about? Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah. Just so it's not tied to you. Yeah. You gonna be the new CSS tricks? There's a demand for it.
I think this might open up new things in the community center too. I think so. Yeah. Yeah, we've got crab pots. We can put bait in it. And yeah, we've got fluff.
This thing is interesting too. So I guess categories would go here. Time to try something. I promised people I'd put in some work starting in Q3. Nice. It'll be top notch. Your stuff always is. So with this, we're listing out all the categories here. Now my thought originally was that this little pill would switch to whichever category is active, which doesn't look like that's actually the case here. I think this is just simply the label for this section. And then this is the active one, obviously. The JDev repo on your GitHub has a directory called enhancers with an image enhancer.js file. Let's check it out. Is it just J? No, but I know I'm following you. Hold on. Yeah, because of React server components. Jay, where are you? Oops, here you are. With the 3, that's right. Your JDev repo, okay. Where is it?
I'm gonna use my furnace to make some iron.
Here. A directory called enhancers, okay. Can't put the dot in. Image processor. Is that the one you're talking about? I think so. Image enhancer. There's an enhancer.js. This is just enhances images, okay. And that's from the image processor file, right?
I'm gonna water the plants.
Nice. Okay.
Oh, actually, it might be a growing phase for some of them.
Yeah, no, we found it in the end. No problem.
We'll find out.
If it's an enhanced image, ignore it. Okay, cool. Right. Because this happens at build time. And you're doing that based upon the source. Okay, cool. The name. This is incorrect. Sweet.
I like that you're calling it a coup.
Okay.
A coup is a different, entirely different thing.
Yeah, for real.
It's spelled the same way, but it's different. Bro, I gotta call a flower.
Okay. Yeah, here's sharp. Okay.
The buckwheat and the rhythm beat.
Right. Okay, but that makes sense. That makes sense. Uh-huh. Nice. I like this comment here. This is a good one.
Anywhere. You can call it coup, it's fine. Anywhere's
Get
that
enhanced path. Where's that coming from? Okay, right.
Yeah. I think we can ask her to move it at any point. Coup is with a U, I think, actually. COUP. Oh no, he got
Yeah,
mad
because
at
it's
me for
rewriting
thinking
that,
it
right?
was trash. But I got a field stack, so
Yeah, enhanced. Nice, nice, nice.
ew. That's all that matters.
Very nice. I might have to take a deeper look and then maybe I'll use something like that. That's good. That's nice. Oh, you were hosted on Netlify? Nice, nice. Okay. Thanks for that. I'll go back and check that out. All right, it's almost 10. We're going to wrap up here in a minute. Didn't do a whole lot today. That's okay. I had a long day. It was cool to just hang out a bit.
Kept talking, Brandon.
I kept talking? Yeah, I kept talking. Next time, what do we want to work on next time? Maybe figure out what to do with this. If I actually want to do this like carousel thing, or maybe I swap it out with something else. Next time we'll continue working on categories. What else can we do? If we can wrap up the... If we could wrap up this page for the most part, meaning we get the featured article up here. If we could get the categories set up, and then like if we click on the category, it swaps out the content on the page. That'd be a good goal. And then of course we could actually, where'd it go? Here. We could continue styling this. Category would be easy to do once that's set up. Showcase the category here. You've learned the sign of a successful stream is often getting zero work done. Boom. We've made it. We could keep styling this. This would be pretty easy. Right now, I think we're using... what's it called? I found it because I read Lee's post. Sugar High. Yeah, we're using Sugar High. So I'll have to see if Sugar High allows us to change this. It might not because it's a very opinionated package. There's some config options we can definitely pass in. But we might be able to get our code blocks done. Maybe next time we also work on resolving a lot of those errors. Some of those may be more semantic than others, and then of course we have the custom components that MDX right now has no idea what to do with, so we could kind of create the shell of those components. So we could do that. So that might be a good goal. Wrap up this page as far as functionality, and then come back to the article page and make sure we can render all of our articles. I forget how many we have. I think like 47 right now. So we've whittled it down quite a bit. But this is okay for today. Never-ending process. I see a ton of stuff I want to change already. This looks a little shoddy. Syntax highlighter. React syntax highlighter has been pretty decent for me. Hadn't heard of Sugar High before. Yeah, I learned about this from one of Lee's posts. It's extremely, the package size is extremely small, which is awesome, and it's pretty much plug and play. So kind of like prettier. It's very opinionated with what it does. So I might have to use something else if we want to try and get back to something like this. But we will see. The line height here kind of looks... I think I'm going to bump that up real quick. Leading 5, let's go 6. Does that look any better? That looks better. Also, these summaries are coming from... I was strictly code blocks must look like my IDE. One of my sites, I forget, in one of the past years, I went and did like the whole custom themes, custom syntax highlighting, line highlighting. What else did I do? I did like tags on it too. So like depending on the file name, you know, it design it a certain way. Not just the syntax highlight. I'm talking about like the way that the code block looked. And then, yeah, it was fun. Did like the whole copy stuff, and it was on one of them. I don't know. This looks like it's just a very similar. It's just like one of the shadow boxes that we have up on here. So we could probably reuse that. And just use that and plop the code in. And then style to our needs. So probably super simple. What else is ready to go? We could hook up our newsletter. Right now it's just the form. We haven't hooked it up to anything. We can hook up to loops. We could do all the error handling. That would be fun. And then there's some other stuff that I'm still waiting on. Where is it? Here. There. I haven't shown you guys the homepage yet because I'm still waiting for some animations to come through. Should I show you? All right. Yeah, so we still have some things we can do that we're not blocked by. We'll do that next time. All right, we'll call that a stream. This was fun. Had a good turnout. I think we had 75 maybe show up at the peak. We're at 67 right now. Next time maybe we'll get more work done. Or not. Oh man, I can't wait to do this though. This is gonna be fun.
Oh, good luck. I always leave those too.
All right. We'll do that. Maybe I'll stream next week. Maybe one evening next week. The streams so far have been pretty impromptu. So I don't know when the next one will be. One day you'll turn the camera back on. You've been inspired. There we go. There we go. Thanks for doing this. No, thank you for tuning in, Jay. It was awesome to talk to you, even through chat, catch up a little bit. Hope things are well, and hope you're having some fun in, did you say in your Costa Rica? No, let's see, I forget. But hopefully it's not all just work. You can relax a little bit, take a breather after config, come back refreshed. But yeah, getting the streams back going would be awesome. I know I would enjoy it. So
I think you have to have a certain type of fishing rod to pick the better one.
all right,
Yeah.
we will wrap it up here then. Cool. Thanks, y'all. Have a good weekend. We'll catch you next week. Croatia, that's right.
Oh, right click. I think I already.
Croatia. Have a good one, Jay. Thanks for tuning in, everyone.